Good morning guys, thanks for joining me for another What's I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. Today is Sunday. If you're new here, my name is Leanna, I'm a vegan losing weight on the Slimming World plan, and if you're coming back, as always, I appreciate you very much. So, looking much better than yesterday, I hope you'll agree. I've had a decent night's sleep for the first one in like a week, so I'm so much happier. My hair's looking relatively normal, even though I had it cut yesterday. It tends to get a bit bizarre for the first few days afterwards, but whatever. Yeah, so after yesterday getting rained on, I've washed it and yeah, looking a bit better. So let's get straight into the video. This morning I'm going to try the original recipe is sin-free American pancakes from the Slimming Eats website. I adapted them by changing the eggs for no egg or grand no egg, which is sin-free. When I made them the other day, and I also used Alpro No Sugars yogurt. Now, I do have some left, but I've just sniffed it, and it's no good anymore. I was like, so what I'm going to do instead, I had a bit of a nice idea. I'm very sorry about the light. I'm actually going to try to use blueberry yogurt because I thought, what a nice way to kind of make a blueberry pancake. However, this is going to be fun to try and sin, so we'll just see how that works out. It's still going to be low sin pancakes, but not no sin. So this is actually all the ingredients that I need. I've got the yogurt that I've just mentioned, some vanilla extract, and of course the egg replacer, and then there's some baking powder and oats. The original recipe again has sweetener in it, and I did add sweetener the other day. However, because I'm using the flavoured yogurt, I decided that I'm not going to use sweetener today because I feel like this will already be sweetened somewhat, and besides which I like to have a bit of maple syrup on it, so you know there's going to be sweetness. First things first, measure out 40 grams of oats. You can see the oat dust floating in the air still. Yeah, okay, it's 41, but whatever, it's close enough. And I'm actually going to blend this up into a approximation of a flour, but first I'm just going to add in the baking powder because I've decided to do that because it'll just mix it in a bit better. I'm actually just using half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now, baking powder is half a sin for 1 teaspoon. Technically on Slimming World there's no such thing as a quarter of a sin, which this technically is. So I'm going to see how the other sins work out, and then I'll go from there on how I decide to sin it. Right, in here I've got, and I appreciate it doesn't look very attractive right now, I've got 2 teaspoons of the no egg mix, and I've got 2.5 tablespoons of water. I'm making it slightly thinner than the other day when I made it because it turned out a very, very thick mixture, and I want it a little bit thinner today. So this is still an ongoing experiment. I mixed that so poorly that I've ended up putting it in the bigger bowl, and I used my little hand whisk, but even so it's a bit lumpy, but that's fine, it'll all work out. Anyway, so here's our oat and baking powder mix, so let's just add that in. Got some vanilla, I'll pop that in too. So the original recipe says 1 teaspoon, so I added slightly more because it fell over the side of the thing, but you know. Quite excited about this yogurt. I've not tried it before and it smells gorgeous. So the original recipe says 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons is of course a quarter of a cup, which is 60 mils or grams, which is also an eighth of, excuse me, 500 grams. So it's an eighth of a pot of this that I'll be using, and I'll just, come on, measure it out. And then it's just the fun mixing time. I think my pancakes are a lot thicker than hers because I think 2 eggs is a lot of liquid compared to what I'm putting in. Oh, this is definitely thinner than when I did it the other day. That's good. Not loads thinner though. So I may add. No, it is thinner. That's fine. I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, I have my pan heating up, and here is the mix. Also, the other one said to let it stand for 10 minutes, which I've only just remembered. it's too late for that. So I've sprayed this with Frylight. I've used the butter one just because it was either that or the olive oil one, and I felt that the butter one was a bit more appropriate. I mucked up the sizes, so I'm going to have some baby ones and some bigger ones. Well, I've got to say, attempt number 1 that I did the other day was definitely too thick, and I definitely didn't cook them long enough. These are looking much more like what I wanted, and they smell really nice because of the blueberry and vanilla is just really like making them pop. I've just added 1 exact tablespoon of maple syrup. Yes, I licked the spoon. And the other day I did 2, but I feel like they're quite sweet today, so I'm just going to go with 1. I'm also having a coffee, which has just got 100 ml of Alpro Almond Barista and my second bottle of water. This is my smaller bottle, it's only 750, but yes. Oh my God, yum. Also, I feel like I look fuzzy. Anyway, I just ate one of the little mini ones. Oh my God, they're so tasty. Blueberry flavoured yoghurt is like the way to go. I have come across in my time people who say, I'm going to be on my own tonight, there's no point cooking. Or, you know, oh, if I lived alone, I wouldn't bother getting proper meals or something like that. And I always think, why? I live alone and I like having proper food. Like, why would you not? Just because you live on your own? So, with that in mind, I decided today I'm going to make a roast dinner. It has been a long time since I made myself a roast dinner. And it may be that I do enough that there's leftovers, but on the other hand, I want to have the variety. So it may be that like all the dishes and stuff are taken up with just making sure that I've got all the different bits. So I've just been putting out everything. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it for lunch or dinner yet, because I was kind of thinking I could have it for tea, because Mum comes over on a Sunday. Now that the light is like, now it's getting dark a lot earlier, she tends to come over at about 5 because it's on the way home from my sister's. And so I could have it cooking while she's here, and then, in fact, this might be the way I go with it, because then it could be cooking while she's here, because she'll be here for an hour, and then I can eat afterwards and it'll all be ready. And also, if I have it at lunchtime, I guess that means I'm going to be full all afternoon and I'm not going to want to do much. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I have an active day planned. I just want to do a bit of tidying, a little bit of cleaning. I need to do some washing, but that's not exactly intensive. And yeah, I just want to get the house up together a little bit because it's slid a little bit this week. So yeah, I'm just going to have a little quiet pottering day. But I thought I would get my roast ready now because I know that later on I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm hungry, what can I have? So I think I've just talked myself into having it for dinner. But there's absolutely no reason why I can't get the prep done now. So let's go. For me, as someone who loves her veg with a passion, my roast dinner is pretty much going to be about the veg. There is going to be a main, but I haven't decided yet what that will be. I have a few options to choose from. We'll talk about those later because that will be something that I only put in tonight. It's really the veg that I need to prepare because that's the time intensive part of it, but it's really simple. Here's what I'm thinking. So this side is my roasting veg. So I'm going to do obviously some roast potatoes, roast carrots, roast parsnips. I'm going to roast all the carrots and parsnips, and that way I can have, I'll do them in halves probably. So I'll have 2 or 4 halves of each. And then I'll have leftovers. So those will definitely have leftovers. I'm also going to roast an onion because you cannot have a roast dinner without roast onion. And it annoys me when people leave this off. Roast onion is like, I know Delta, it is, isn't it? Oh, you guys haven't seen Delta for a while. There she is. She's not really talking to me still after the whole medical intervention. Anyway, she's actually scared of me now. I've ruined our trust, but there we go. I'm working on building it back up. So moving back to my roast dinner, these are the kind of boily veg, and of course they're all speed. So I'm going to have a bit of cauliflower, some green beans. I'm going to have leek. I love leeks. In fact, I love all this veg. I don't even know why I bother saying like, oh, I love that, because I love it all. Some broccoli and some cavolo nero, or black kale, or dinosaur kale, or lacinato kale. There are multiple words for it. That's going to be my boily steamy veg. I do have some frozen sprouts, so I may do a couple of them. If you recall, I bought them a while ago because we're going to experiment with frozen sprouts for our Christmas dinner this year, because we're having it at home for the first time in many, many years, by which I mean my parents' house. And yes, so I might throw a few frozen sprouts in, and I have some peas in the freezer as well. I'm not sure if I'll include them because I feel like it's either peas or fine beans, but on the other hand, peas will add a little bit more protein, so don't know. And I do like, everyone loves a good pea. Anyway, so that is all of that. My only reservations, oh, I thought there was something on my side then, but it's not. It's like a weird reflection. How strange. My only reservation with all of this is, to me, what makes a roast dinner amazing is just super crispy spuds with, you know, and the fact is, I'm sorry to say it, but it is the oil that makes them so damn delicious. So I'm feeling a little bit like because I want to try and keep it as low sin as possible, but on the other hand, roast potatoes that are not amazing are just a disappointment, so I may have to just suck it up. But what I did think, oh no, something spelled, oh god, my house is a mess, I'm so sorry guys. I do have this roast potato seasoning. This is sinned. I think it's 1 sin a tablespoon. I'll double check that. For some reason I haven't written it on here. How lax. But yeah, so once I parboil them and shake them up, I could coat them in this, and that would probably like be a really good, you know, that'll take away from the fact that it's not necessarily quite how I would really enjoy them. Gravy wise, I may use some of the Mayflower gravy. There we go. I've now worked out the sins on these properly. I did actually under-sin it the other day, which was really bad, but I think that's pretty much the only mistake I've made, like all these weeks being on plan. So basically you do 28 grams and I think it's 4 sins. I don't really know how much water you would use for that, but whatever. So yes, I may do this one if I want to use 4 sins, but I might not want to use 4 sins. So I did see a recipe for Slimming World roast onion gravy, which is free, so I might try that. So we'll see. But I'm thinking this roast potato seasoning is going to be a winner for our roasties. But before I do anything with all of this, I'm actually going to sit down and have my second coffee. It's okay, I haven't changed my clocks yet. So yes, because I want to just write down a couple of things that I want to get done today, maybe a couple of meal ideas for the week, and finish watching half an hour of a programme that I started. Hey guys, so right now it's about 1 o'clock and I'm just going to start making some lunch. I'm going to have like just some chickpea salad and couscous, like quite basic. To do my couscous, I'm just going to put a little bit of an oxo cube in, but I did see this hack online. So it was about how no one knows actually how to open an oxo cube. And I saw this thing like where I'm going to crush it first and then it opens up into a little bag and you can pour it. So I'm going to try this. It might just go wrong and I'll have oxo cube everywhere. So I think you're supposed to pull these bits out and then up like this. I'm already a bit bored to be honest, but whatever. And then, oh, sugar. Yeah, mine just went everywhere, as was somewhat predictable. Oh well. It's everywhere. I've used about half the oxo cube just because I'm going to have other stuff with salt in. And then just put some boiling water or just boiled water over the top. Give it a shimmy. And leave it be. Like I said, this is going to be a super basic kind of lunch. So I've just got some tomato, cucumber, romaine, mint, parsley and basil, chickpeas. I'm going to add in a couple of olives for some sins. I've got these little pickle gherkins I'm going to add in. And then I'll top with some chili, mint, lime, salt. Okay, here's the basic salad stuff. So about a third of a cucumber, 2 tomatoes, basil, parsley and mint. I've got some chopped up gherkin. This is beer and smoke pickle. Oh my god, this one is so lush. I forgot that I had some left in the back of my fridge. And this is 8 Kalamata olives in brine, just chopped in half. That's 1.5 sins. If you get marinated olives, they're 2.5 sins for 8 of them. But Kalamata olives are really flavoursome and they're pretty good, the ones from in brine. My couscous is now done as well, so I'm going to add in salad stuff to there as well as the chickpeas. I didn't have room on the chopping board just now, so I can do my romaine now. So I've just used half a head. You can just chop it down the middle, and that way it's easy to save the other half for another day. That's everything in there, so now I can just mix it all together carefully. And there we go, not the most beautiful of dishes, but certainly tasty and healthy, and that is 1.5 sins. For dessert, I'm going to have the watermelon and mango that I bought a couple of days ago, and yum yum. So I just ate a piece of watermelon, and then I remembered that the Mexican seasoning I like is supposed to be really, really good on fruit, particularly watermelon. This is what I've been calling tajin. Having watched a recent episode of Abby's Kitchen, it's actually pronounced tahine. It's like chili, lime, salt, basically. I think that's right. Yeah, chili, lime and salt. And oh my God, it is so nice, this stuff. I love it. You can get it online from Mex Grocer. I don't know where else you can get it, but I'm pretty sure the cheapest is Mex Grocer. I don't know if there's a minimum order. My mum bought mine as part of a big order she was doing. So I have just coated my melon and mango with tahine, as it is apparently pronounced. And I'm just going to take a bite because I'm really, really intrigued. Maybe I don't have enough on. I couldn't really, tell. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Good shout. I've been busy prepping for dinner. So, I parboiled my potatoes. Oh, sorry. There you go, have a bit of light. I parboiled my potatoes. Too much, admittedly, because they are essentially completely cooked. But whatever, they'll just be crispier. It'll just be lovely. And then, obviously, you bash them about inside the pan after I drain them. And then I put them in here and I put 2 teaspoons of roast potato seasoning on the other side and then kind of shuffled them about and tried to flip them all over, but I probably missed some because, you know, it's just mush. And then I put another 2 teaspoons of roast potato seasoning. This stuff actually works out at 1 sin per teaspoon. So to be totally honest with you, I'm going to try and only have half of this amount of potatoes at dinner time. If I have the whole amount, I'm not going to beat myself up, but I'm just putting it out there that I'd like to aim for only half of this amount. I've then sprayed Frylight all over them, and I sprayed Frylight on the bottom as well, just in case it was going to stick. I don't really know. And then over here I've got my 4 carrots and 4 parsnips and my onion halved. They just about fit in my larger tray, and I've sprayed them all with Frylight. And then you remember that OXO cube from earlier that I had left over, so I just sprinkled that over as well because I thought, wow, whatever, it's just a bit of extra flavour. And then I've cut up all my veg for boiling / steaming, and I thought there was something there, but it's just a shadow. So I've, as I said earlier, I've got my leeks, broccoli, cauliflower, kale and green beans, all speed, happy days. Yes, I probably will eat this entire amount of veg tonight. I think the only things that I'm going to have left over realistically is half of the potatoes if I exercise self-control and some of the carrots and parsnips. Yeah. Oh, well, whatever. I like my food. And it's healthy food, right? Veg is good for you. Roast dinners are good for you, sort of. So that's really all I need to do for prep. I'll just pop these in the oven ready. I'm not going to turn it on yet, but they'll be in there ready. I've just washed up my big saucepan, excuse my cardboard recycling. So in a moment I'll dry that and I'll just pop my veg in there. Oh, and I had to throw away one of my bags of green beans. Gutted. It was because it was completely mouldy inside. Like, oh god, it was repulsive. There was like 6 of them stuck together with this big white fur ball. So I just chucked the lot because I didn't trust the packet then, because they've been in a sealed plastic environment. Like, I don't think that's okay to save. Some stuff I'll genuinely save. And if they haven't been packaged, then maybe, but I mean, I don't think I've ever seen green beans out of the package. So yeah, I had to chuck the contents of that packet away. So that was annoying. But obviously, luckily, because I tend to buy 2 of things, I still had some left. So yes, I may do some frozen sprouts as well, but I have quite a lot of veg here. So I'm thinking probably not today. Hey guys, so right now it's about 6:20, although the curtains are all shut and the lights are all on because it is very dark right now. It was clocks go back last night, so that's why it's dark. Mum's just left. It's really cozy because it's obviously not very good weather today. It was peeing down earlier, which was gorgeous, but it stopped for now. It's just really cold outside. And I have, when Mum got here, I put the oven on with my roasties and onions and carrots and parsnips on. And then we watched our episode of Once Upon a Time. And then Mum went, and then I went and put my, I put 3 Linda McCartney original sausages in. I would have done the red onion and rosemary ones, but they, I didn't have any, I just had the original ones. So they're half a sin each. And the red onion and rosemary are free, but yeah, for whatever reason I had the original, which is rare. I don't even know why I had them because I didn't buy them. I must have picked them up by accident. Yeah, so they're 1.5 sins. And I've also decided I'm going to have some of the southern style gravy, sorry, by Mayflower. You can have 17 grams for 3.5 sins, so that's what I'll be having. Oh my god, my roast is done. What time is it? It's not. Oh, I thought it was 5:10. It's 7:10. Oh, I was like, wow, I've got loads more of the day, but I don't. Look at this, look at this. Okay, admittedly, I probably should have like turned my vegetables round, but whatever, I didn't. These are looking bloody phenomenal, it must be said. And I'm just gonna make up some of this southern style gravy mix. I've put 17 grams in here, and I'm just gonna add some water to thicken it. I hope it works. Okay, my honest thought, because when I made this the other day, I got the sins totally wrong and basically used too much. But, I mean, this is a little bit thinner than I would like it, and there's really not very much. So I actually don't think it's that low a sin gravy. This is 3.5 sins. It doesn't quite seem worth it, but it is yummy, so, you know. Also, I am having my roast in my pasta bowl. You know, I eat out of bowls because I'm like an animal. Well, I am an animal, but, you know, like a non-human animal. Yeah, it's because I'm gonna eat on the sofa, and yeah, I don't want it to go everywhere from my plate. Okay, tell me that does not look good. I'm so looking forward to eating this. I have stuck to my word, and just as much as the potatoes stuck to the tin. Oh, sugar. Oh my god. And I only ate half. I've got some of this stuff left over, although I'm gonna have the other half of the onion because I can't resist a roast onion. And then I've got my sad little bit of 3.5 sin gravy. So let's just attempt to make it go semi-far. I just feel like this is going to be a really dry roast dinner, but hey ho, is what it is. Yum. Okay, so that works out as 5 sins? No, not 5 sins. So 1.5, 3.5 for the gravy, and 2. So it's a 7 sin roast dinner, which now is sounding quite high, but so what? Look at it. Okay, I'm gonna go eat. Bye. Okay, guys. So it's now about 10 o'clock, and I'm just having a cup of after dinner tea. Actually, whatever. And I'm also having my little bit of chocolate for the day, which is this Moseroth sea salt bar, so that's 6.5 sins. I think that puts me on 25 exactly. I forgot to tell you guys that I had a latte this afternoon. So if you do add up my sins during the day, I'm sure you have better things to do. But yeah, you would have thought that I was on 20, but actually I had yeah, just my normal latte with the caramel and vanilla syrups in it. So 5 sins. The only other thing I'll be having is, of course, my nighttime tea later on. So this is the one I've got now. If you can see that. Door's about to hit. There we go. And then I'll have one of these afterwards, but I think you know what putting a tea bag in a cup looks like. So I will end my video here. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so. I'm keeping up my daily uploads at the moment, so feeling really pleased about that. I never ever thought I'd be posting daily for this long, or more importantly probably staying on track for Slimming World for this long. The weight's coming off, but slowly, so you know that's absolutely fine. You know, they say 1 to 2 pounds a week. I'm sure they don't mean from like obese people, but the point is it's coming off regularly, and so that's keeping me motivated, to be honest, because I have such a lot to lose. So there we go. Thank you for watching. As I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed my roast, because I definitely did. All right, night night guys, bye.